Hello, welcome back to week 14. This is basically my term break after the first semester.
I'm so late.
I literally ran to the bus stop, like flinging the suitcase that I had with me because I woke up late and it was just scrambling. And apparently so was everyone else, but we ended up making it. And we landed in Kaohsiung. This was our first stop. It was the Dome of Light, which is right in the Kaohsiung main station. Got to our Airbnb, which was very beautiful and had lots of natural light, which I appreciated. Our host actually greeted us at the station and walked us over to the Airbnb, which was super nice of him. And here I'm just giving a little bit of a tour. This is me and Sia's room, but actually we had a couple of girls sleepovers. This was the crazy hostel bunker situation that Luca slept in. 8 beds for 1 person. But overall, it was a really nice Airbnb. Also super great location. It was right near the city center. So that made transit easy because Kaohsiung only has 3 lines anyway. But yeah, Carson brought a barista scale and a whole coffee AeroPress setup, which was kind of amazing because basically I just had coffee every morning. The city vibes were definitely more quaint than Taipei. It felt a lot less lively. Our first stop was the Dragon and the Tiger pagodas on Lotus Lake, but unfortunately they were under construction. That was really tough. I'll have to go and see them another time, I guess. But it's okay, because there were a lot of other cool structures on the lake. I think it was called the Spring and the Autumn Pavilions, which are these up here. Not gonna lie, there were probably some dead fish polluting this lake, or God knows what that was making it smell awful. But the views were unmatched, so I guess you can only ask for so much. I believe there are wishes written on the nets of these trees. I see that a lot in Taiwan, honestly. There's a lot of places where you can sort of write your wishes, I guess, for the gods. And also there was a dragon boat on this river, which was very cool. Or lake? I don't know. But I've never seen one before in real life, and it was very cool. And there was this one chicken, this machine for kids that somehow, enamored all of us.
Sounds like it's taking a sweet time. Wake up a single one. No, I want the cabin. Is it sick? It's not.
It's different. It's different a little bit.
Alright, I'll pull it on this hand.
Bang. There's plastic.
We walked through a temple and we walked along the perimeter of the lake a little bit more. Honestly, it was pretty hot in Kaohsiung, which, the first day especially, I remember because I think we've kind of just been experiencing a very cloudy time and rainy time in Taipei, so this was a good change up. At night we came back and we walked around the night market. This is called Ray Feng Night Market. In Kaohsiung, it was massive. And I think the way it works is that some night markets are only open on certain nights, and then other night markets are open on other nights, so that they're all not competing with each other, and also I guess spread out along the city.
Wait, I wasn't even. It's a video. That's a video.
Wow.
Come in here, dude.
Oh, here comes Gabe. It's a video. Don't be cool. Hey. I was posing.
Hey vlog! For the transition. Wait. And the very last stop on this day is McDonald's because I guess, can you blame us? Monday morning, Carson made us all very much needed coffee while Janie and I headed to this breakfast place where she found out that bagel with cheese is really just bagel with cheese. There's no cream cheese involved.
You want a tomato? Oh wait, we can just go down here.
Oh! Yeah, let's get in here now.
Welcome to day 2. How's everyone feeling for day 2?
Very good.
Incredible.
And on this day, where were we headed? Oh, we were headed to Chijin Island, which is an island just off of Kaohsiung, because Kaohsiung is like a harbor city.
They're fighting, look at them. Oh shit, oh shit.
We were headed there. It kind of takes a while to get there. You have to take the train all the way down to the end of the line, and then hop on this ferry.
Wait, it looks like a badass chick.
Unfortunately, we could not swim in the water. I think you can only swim during the summer months, but that's okay because naturally, when you can't swim in the water, you decide to dig a massive hole in the sand. We kept walking up the coast, and I think I could not stop singing Summer Breeze by Seal and Crofts incessantly. We walked through this bridge, and I guess realized why we couldn't swim. The waves were massive, like, after walking up just a bit. This is a nice view, because we ended up walking up to the lighthouse, and that was the view from there. And then we went to the Sunset Bar, which apparently is very famous. Even my friend Harry recommended it. And there was this chicken there called QQ. They have a chicken, which is the cutest thing ever. Not only do they have a chicken, but the chicken QQ has a cloak of some sort, or a jacket, to keep him warm. He's so cute. Tuesday morning, I got up for a run in Kaohsiung's quote-unquote Central Park, which is nowhere near as big as Manhattan's, but it was pretty cool. And then Janie and Luca and Pink got us breakfast from this place. That was really good, but I think they forgot like half of our order. Carson's making coffee again.
I guess I didn't often go out to like ski.
We took about an hour commute to Foguangshan, which is a massive Buddhist monastery. I think the largest in all of Asia, and it took some time to get there, but it was definitely worth seeing. I think I had recommendations like from my teacher, from my friends, from my roommates, etc. So I was like, okay, I definitely have to go. But I think we made it like just about an hour and something before they closed, which is perfect. We've just been waking up way too late like these past couple of days, but no worries, no harm, no foul. And this is the big Buddha that everyone like sees in the photos and everything. And they've got these massive like pagodas lining up and down this pathway to the Buddha. Once we get to the second floor, there are 4 pillars sort of on the corners of the Buddha, and in those pillars contain the gods that are the closest to him. And then inside we like pray to them, we give them offerings, and then at the very end, once you reach the Buddha, there's this room where you pick a blessing, and then they give you a slip of paper, and then you write using like a calligraphy pen the blessing, and then you also do a bit of meditation and recitation, and then at the very end they wrap up the little scroll, and then they give it to you as a little souvenir. And then we also went through a little museum, but it was very difficult to understand because everything was in Chinese. And then it was getting a bit dark, so then all of the pagodas lit up, which was very beautiful. Everyone was super exhausted by the end of the day because we had to wait a long time to catch the bus, and then also take a really long bus because we took the local one instead of the express. This is me catching Luca lacking. But we finally made it to dinner, which was this Hunan cuisine place, which had very, very spicy food. And we kind of demolished it, so that's why I have no footage of it, because we were all so hungry.
And on Tuesday evening, we wanted to go to Pier 2, but it was closed. Nothing was
And on
open.
Tuesday, Danny suggested the bright idea of going to Pier 2.
Okay, first of all, I never said that. Second of all, what?
Found a 7-Eleven that had beer on tap, so all of the guys immediately had to go in for a beer. Wednesday we had to check out of the Airbnb, and we dropped off our stuff at a storage locker before we headed to Sosan, which is this really famous mountain in Kaohsiung, like the last thing that we wanted to see before we left, and there were a bunch of monkeys everywhere.
Here it goes.
These monkeys were really not afraid to get close to you, and one of them ended up actually jumping on me because I was wearing red pants, which apparently attracts animals because it reminds them of ripe fruit or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, I feel like if a monkey steals my glasses, so be it.
Won't you be fine? Let me fire some mine.
Full picture here?
Wait, did you guys not think that we were actually about to?
No, we.
Finally hopped on the train from Kaohsiung to Tainan, which was only about a 30-minute train ride, and we got to our Airbnb in Tainan, which was absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this place. Our host kind of gave us an introduction to all of the moving parts in the Airbnb, which included a dart machine, this vintage Street Fighter game console, a karaoke platform and karaoke machine, and it was actually kind of insane. And also an automated mahjong table. But yeah, this was literally the same cost per person for as the Airbnb in Kaohsiung, which was kind of crazy, and it had 3 stories. I think my camera died on the 2nd story, but at one point it's gonna stop. But this is the 2nd floor. Yeah, I think it was kind of hard for us to leave this place some nights just because it was so relaxing and so nice to just stay in and play games. But this is where I stayed with Janie in this tiny little cute room. There was also just something really aesthetically pleasing about this place. It felt very much like I was on an old-timey train. You could see the windows kind of going through the rooms. And just the dark wood, I don't know, it was very nice. On the first night, we kind of just messed around with all of the toys in the room.
What does that mean? I closed everything.
Tainan is super famous for their eel noodles, so we went to this one place that the Airbnb host recommended, and it was very good. Not too fishy, but definitely still had like a rich umami taste. We grabbed boba afterwards, and Tainan is known for having especially sweet things, like even in their savory foods, because this used to be the sort of sugar capital of the country, because it's where all of the sugarcane fields were. And then on Thursday, got another specialty dish called wagwe, which is like a sticky rice paste. And then went to this cafe, which was also really aesthetically pleasing in its own way. Like Tainan has a lot of character. Like it has like a bunch of shops and sort of like little alleyways that are all very quaint. Yeah, I really liked Tainan because of that. Like we found this Italian painter who was just painting portraits.
Italians are like fucking cockroaches. You find us everywhere. I hope that gets in your video.
Made it to Anping Fort, which was also called the Fort of Zealandia, but it was a sort of trade port that was constructed by the Dutch originally. The mortar in between the bricks was literally made of oyster shells and like rice syrup, which is crazy. And that's also partly why a lot of the original structure isn't retained today, because, well, it wasn't originally supposed to be like a defense mechanism, it was just a trade port, so.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so after the sunset, we went and got hot pot together, which Shauna forgot to film, but it was very yummy.
It was so good.
And now we're about to have shaved eyes.
Look at that.
We're in a square.
In the butt.
Tainan's pedestrian streetlights are also adorable. They have animations.
Brother! Hey, let's go.
Sorry for the awkward encounter the first time. That was very...
Here I'm just filming Janie getting a guava from one of the food stalls, but I'm gonna narrate the next part because I don't have enough footage for it. But basically, the last day in Tainan, we decide to get danzimian, which is another one of their specialty dishes. And it translates to peddler's pole noodle, I believe. And basically, it's like fishermen would used to, during the summer months, there was a lot of typhoons, so they couldn't really fish. And so what they would do instead is carry like a pole on their shoulders that had noodles on the ends of the poles. And then they would just walk around and they would sell like small bowls of noodles, and they called them danzimian. Yeah, that's what we tried, and it was very good. I drink all of the soup because I love the broth.
Alright. This is quite nice.
Want a picture, Sia?
So what is this?
With your little coffee.
Oh, yeah.
We also walked by this famous theater in Tainan where there's this one painter who paints all of the sort of billboards for them. And you can see them right across the street, and they have a bunch of like famous actors and actresses. We actually saw him painting one of his newest billboards, which was insane. And he's apparently been doing this for like decades. Got my portrait done by the Italian painter, and then for dinner we went to this pizza place to celebrate our one friend Hughes' birthday.
Thank you.
Quicksilver is like really good, something that doesn't taste like beer.
Singer, and like it'll have like their picture, right? Mango.
Cheers!
How we doing? It's a beautiful day in Tainan. We're doing that. I don't know who the fuck that is, but leaving is. I don't know. But that's me.
Wait, that's Frank Sinatra.
Oh, you're right. No, that is Sinatra. That's great. That's great, people.
Can you do a side-by-side comparison? The picture, yeah, pull up a picture.
And that about wraps up our trip. So on Saturday morning, on the taxi ride back to the high-speed rail, actually, we saw this parade going through the streets of Tainan. And I asked our taxi driver what it was, and he was like, oh, apparently Tainan has a lot of temples, so other temples from around Taiwan come and pay a visit out of respect to Tainan. And also I learned that it's like their 400th anniversary this year, like the city, which is really cool. Yeah, and then I'm back in Taipei. Whoop whoop. This video goes out to all of those iPad kids who wanted a longer video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.